Welcome to this video demonstration of how I made modern image street and platform lights for my layout Mountford Parkway. This is all done with the help of the humble cotton bud. In this case I prefer thinner and slightly shorter ones from Morrison's Little Big Kiddie Care Gentle Cleansing Cotton Buds, as opposed to the leading brand, which begins with J, where the plastic tube is slightly thicker, and I think as are the cotton buds, which are possibly slightly out of scale for the purposes that I want. So I discard the main one and take the ordinary cotton bud. First thing to do is to take off the cotton off of one end, just tease it off until you're left with simply the plastic end. Now this is the start of our cotton bud, but one of the problems in making a street light is the fact that when you bend it over to make the moulding, it just flicks back on itself. So in this instance what I do is I take some ordinary garden wire, slightly longer than the joint, and snip it off. But in this case leave about another inch or so to fold over, and I'll show you the reason why in a second. So by putting the wire up and beyond the joint, I can then bend the shape and it will remain as is. Now with the end, that wire, I just bend that over, I hope you can see this, so that crimp it together, and then when I've drilled a hole in the baseboard I can just insert this. Now come to the painting. Obviously we've got a white cotton bud on the top, and what I prefer to do is to coat the end in a mixture of Copydex, which comes up, in my case it comes up slightly orange. I don't know whether that's because of the length of time I've had it, but that actually looks quite realistic to the sort of orange type of glow found on street lights. The alternative is to use PVA, and that does the same job. It actually keeps all the cotton together. Once dry, you can then paint your street light into whatever colour you like. There's one that I made earlier with the Copydex underneath and grey primer for the outside. Looks as if it's zinc coated like the modern ones are today. Or I can paint a colour to match the platform signatory colour, in this case blue, and again I've left the wire on at the end so that I can put it into a pre-drilled hole. The other aspect is that with these cotton buds, they may be too short for what you actually want to do, so here is an easy way to join them to make them larger. Again, you need to insert the wire first, so I've just taken it out of this one, and make the length so that it's just about past the joint. And the reason for this is that we're going to push that wire up beyond the end in a moment. So we put the wire back in as it was before, but this time it's flush. Then, preferably using a cocktail stick which has the pointed end. I use these all the time, particularly in polystyrene, to hold models and position items. You can then take a short piece, as in this case, of cotton bud, both ends cut off, and I've just cut off a small bit of cocktail stick slightly shave the one end to go into the end of the tube, and then merely push this up and push the wire up as well. This will then equally bend as it did before to keep its shape, but now I have a light that is considerably taller. In this case, of course, we haven't actually coated the light head. Again, I can put wire in the bottom just like that to allow me to put it in. So I hope that this little video has shown you some of the ideas that you can do with cotton buds. Thank you for watching.